Association has been committed to settling a fair contract for our students and our educators. A contract that provides a living wage for our aides and behavioral therapists, mental health supports for our students, and a modern, humane parental leave. We have been appalled by the actions of Ruth Ann Fuller and her school committee, who have stalled these negotiations for 16 months, hoping to balance Mayor Fuller's broken budgeting on the backs of our students and educators. Today, the mayor and her school committee continued to wait. They didn't send us a proposal until 7:30 tonight. They're in there now. I'm going in after. They claim to the media that the mediator prevents us from meeting in person, when it is they who have fought every single day to avoid meeting with us in person and facing us. They deployed police officers at the entrances to this building, which impeded our ability to conduct negotiations. They were instructed even to prevent our members from using the bathroom. Meanwhile, we remain committed and united. 98% of our members bravely and reluctantly voted last week to stand up for the needs of our students and our colleagues. We have known that the only thing that is going to get our students back into school is real, honest bargaining. It's ridiculous that after 1 week, there is no substantive progress. We have no incentive to be out. They have every incentive to keep us out. A judge today, emphasizing that he wished to uphold effective and fair collective bargaining, agreed. The fines against the NTA have been reduced, with a $50,000 fine to be levied on Sunday at 8 p.m. if an agreement is not reached. We really, really hope that the school committee will finally begin to bargain with us with the same urgency that we've been trying to bargain with them. Because our urgency was never about the fines. It was always about doing right by our students, doing right by our educators, and getting our kids back to school. Mayor Fuller, Chris Bredsky, and the school committee have yet to demonstrate that they are serious about doing what is right by our kids. The NTA's negotiations team is available to bargain 24/7 this weekend. We demand that Fuller, Bredsky, and the rest of the school committee join us. I'm happy to take questions.
Given what the judge said today, are you more optimistic about actually getting somewhere this weekend?
Nobody touched that car.
Given what the judge said, we really hope that the school committee will feel less inclined to try to wait us out. Fines or no fines, they were never going to be able to wait us out, but hopefully they have less of an incentive to do so.
And then secondly, are you frustrated that conversations turned to about the money rather than the progress?
Well, I would say in terms of how the fines are done, I don't know the details. We can check with Mike and get back to you. For the conversation, inside the room, the conversation is not about the fines. The conversation remains and has remained all week about doing what is best for our kids and getting kids back to school. Because that's been our top priority, and we've negotiated that urgently all week.
So from like our point of view, they're telling us that you aren't willing to meet. You're saying they're not willing to meet. So it's which is it? Like,
here's what I'll say. I'll say that before the strike even happened, back in September, we have asked them every single meeting, I believe, to meet with us in person. And there was one meeting before we went on strike where the school committee finally agreed to let us send a delegation in to present a proposal to them. And then we'd go on strike, and we were meeting for a couple of days in person, and they were pushing the mediator even during that time to say, no, we don't want to meet with them, we don't want to meet with them. And now we're back to mostly not meeting in person. Right now, today, that's the first time at 7:30 right now, there is a group going up to meet in person again, a smaller delegation of our full team. But we believe that meeting in person will only expedite the process of settling this contract. So we do not understand why the school committee has been so reluctant to meet with us in person.
so in terms of from zero to you've reached a deal, how much further do you have?
We still have a lot of items on the table. As I mentioned, we are a week out and we have no substantive progress. But we're hoping that, starting with the meeting tonight and as we go into the weekend, that we'll be able to get some tentative agreements.
How long will you be here tonight?
We will be here as long as it takes. as long as the school committee is willing to say. Any other questions? All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I have one quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard any response from the community over this last week? And what have you been hearing at the street level?
Yeah. The response from the community has been overwhelmingly positive. They have marched with us. They have rallied with us. They have sent us so much food that we cannot eat it all. The community really seems to understand, in conversations we've had with them at our rallies, in our canvassing, that we are standing up for our students. We are standing up for public education in Massachusetts and in this city. And you know, they support that. I think overwhelmingly people agree that Mayor Fuller and the school committee, they need to do more to fund the schools. Mayor Fuller has been defunding the schools for years, and it's time for a reckoning. She can't keep doing this. So yeah, the response has been very, very positive.
I know you've heard this question, but what's it going to take at the very least to get an agreement? You know, has that changed over the week? Has that stayed consistent? What are the core asks?
Our core asks remain the same as they have since the beginning of this process. We're looking for, as I've said, you know, living wage for Unit C professionals, our aides and behavioral therapists, mental health supports for our students. These asks haven't changed from the beginning, and those are still going to be what it takes to settle this contract.
Has there been any progress in any form on these points?
There has been no substantive progress on these points. There's been small things here and there, but nothing substantive. What's that? Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you, for wonderful thing. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.